These are among the headlines in focus. Agrobank hands over business Zakat to Tabung Baitul Mal, Sarawak. 10 matters agreed by federal government on education management. M5 Agricultural Disaster Fund assists affected farmers. Good evening. Agrobank handed over business Zakat for the year 2023 amounting to RM233,045.09 to Tabung Baitul Mal Sarawak TBS under the purview of the Sarawak Islamic Council MIS. The handover ceremony was officiated by Agrobank Chief Executive Officer Datuk Tengku Ahmad Badli Shah Raja Hussein to MIS President Datuk Misnu Taha and witnessed by Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg in a ceremony held at the Sarawak Premier's office in Kuching on Friday. When met by the reporters after the ceremony, Datuk Tengku Ahmad highlighted Agrobank's commitment to continue contributing zakat to the Sarawak government every year.
InsyaAllah pada tahun depan kita akan terus memberi sumbangan zakat kepada kerajaan negeri Sarawak untuk asnaf-asnaf yang bersasar.
Commenting further, he said that his side has also discussed with Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari on measures to support the improvement of the agriculture sector in Sarawak, especially the self-sufficiency level SSL in the targeted agricultural industry. Additionally, the Sarawak Premier also took note of Agrobank's activities, including the target to open 2 micro branches in Spau and Gedong early next year. Moving on to developments at the 19th Sarawak Legislative Assembly sitting, about 10 matters have been agreed upon by the federal government on the management of education administration in line with the Malaysia Agreement 1963 MS63. Deputy Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department Law MS63 and State Federal Relations Datuk Sharifah Hasidah Syed Aman Ghazali said among the matters agreed was strengthening the involvement between the Sarawak State Education Department and the Sarawak Ministry of Education, Innovation and Talent Development and the Sarawak Government's permission to employ contracts of service teachers subject to appointment by the Education Services Commission. Meanwhile, implementing assessment for the Year 6 and Form 3 students subject to conditions from the Ministry of Education Malaysia, implementing technical and vocational education and training TVET programs based on the needs of the Sarawak Government, as well as the Sarawak Government's involvement in planning education development projects were also agreed upon by the federal government.
Keenam, menetapkan peruntukan masa pendidikan agama Islam tidak mengganggu masa mata pelajaran yang lain, terutamanya STEM. Ketujuh, berkongsi maklumat perpindahan pegawai kanan Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri ke Ibu Pejabat Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia. Ke-8, menyalurkan peruntukan untuk program pembangunan profesional. Ke-9, menyalurkan belanja mengurus dan operasi yang mencukupi kepada Jabatan Pendidikan Sarawak. Dan ke-10, perkongsian data pendidikan.
She said this when answering a question posed by OPA Assemblyman Billy Sujang on Friday. For health services, she said several working committees have been established to discuss and resolve requests submitted by Sarawak government. Meanwhile, the federal government has provided close cooperation to the Sarawak and Sabah government to improve the smooth running of health services, especially the improvement of the digital license renewal work process. The Agricultural Disaster Fund (TBP), introduced by the Ministry of Food, Industry, Commodity and Regional Development (M5), is an initiative to support farmers and agro-food sectors entrepreneurs who are affected by natural disasters such as floods. Its Deputy Minister Datuk Martin Ben said the initiative implemented by his ministry aims to reduce the burden of those who have suffered crop and livestock damage, as well as ensuring the continuity of the country's agriculture industry.
Program-program tersebut adalah seperti berikut. 1. Tabung bencana pertanian yang memberi fokus kepada sektor agro makanan selain padi yang terkesan akibat bencana pertanian, termasuk banjir yang meliputi semua aspek kerugian yang dialami oleh golongan petani, penternak, nelayan, pertubuhan peladang, pemasar agro makanan, pengusaha agriculture, pengusaha industri makanan dan asas tani, pengusaha agro pelancongan dan persatuan ataupun koperasi berdasarkan pertanian yang berdaftar dengan jabatan dan agensi yang berkaitan.
He said this in response to a question from Bukit Semuja Assemblyman John Ilus on Friday. For paddy field operators, he said the Paddy Crop Disaster Fund (TBTP) is specifically allocated to help those affected during the paddy planting period due disasters. There is a need to increase the number of health clinics in Bintulu to enhance healthcare facilities in the surrounding areas. Tanjong Batu Assemblyman Johnny Pang Leong Ming said that this is especially crucial due to Bintulu Hospital becoming increasingly congested with the rising numbers of patients.
This will help ease the patient load at the hospital and provide more accessible healthcare options for our residents. An extra clinic kesehatan would be a timely solution to manage day-to-day healthcare needs, reducing the strain on hospital service and better serving our expanding community.
He said this when debating the Supply 2025 Bill 2024 on Friday. Johnny stressed that this measure is seen as an effective step to provide more accessible healthcare options for the local community while also reducing waiting times at the main hospital. Local authorities require additional allocations to be in a position to continue delivering the best services to the people. Pujuk Assemblyman Adam Yi Siu Sang said local authorities such as the Miri City Council serve as the front line of the Sarawak government, yet they have been facing serious financial constraints for some time. According to him, there has been no increase in revenue as the primary source of income from assessment rates has not been raised since 2004, with only a minimal increase of 0.5% set for 2024 in the case of Miri City Council.
Firstly, there has not been any increase in the revenue income as the main revenue income from the assessment rate has not been increased since 2004, but a minimal 0.5% increase in 2024 in the case of Miri City Council. That is a minimal increase in the interval of 20 years. At the same time, Miri City Council expenses have increased tremendously over the years due to increase in cost of materials, services, and wages.
He said this when debating the Supply 2025 Bill 2024 on Friday. Adam also noted that the role of local authorities, including the Miri City Council, has significantly evolved in line with the changing times and circumstances. And that's the English edition with me, Saiful Bahri Muhammad. More news can be found in our official portal ukas.sarawak.gov.my and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. We conclude the bulletin tonight with a montage of the business Zakat handover ceremony by the Agrobank to Tabung Baitul Mal Sarawak, which was witnessed by the Sarawak Premier in Kuching on Friday. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.